Quick video to show how you would use MetaMask to send our test ETH that we provisioned in the last video to another account. And so for this, we're going to drop into MetaMask. I have already logged in, so hopefully it doesn't ask me again. And you can see that in here I have one ETH, and that has been provisioned to this account number 1. You also might remember that we have both account 1 and account 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a small amount of ETH from account 1 over to account 2. Now, one thing to note, it seems like there might not be all too much ETH here with just one, but actually one ETH is a lot. Most of the time transactions are much smaller than one ETH, and so we'll prove that out right now. I'm going to go and click on send, and in this case, if I knew a public address of somebody else that I wanted to send this to, I could, but in this case, all I want to do here is transfer this between my accounts. And so I'll click on this button, and I can see I can transfer between account 2 or account 3. I'm going to choose account number 2. And then I get a choice of how much ETH that I would want to send. And in this case, I'm going to do 0.00, and I'm going to say 1 ETH. This is actually a pretty decent amount of Ether, even though it's a very small decimal number. But here's what I want to just point out on the screen is that we have this estimated gas fee, and you can see a little helper there. And then you have this estimate of how much Ether this gas will be. I have a whole separate module coming up after this in regards to how and what gas is and how it's used, but just wanted to call that out. So again, we're going to send Ether. We're going to send it to account 2. The balance in my account is 1 ETH, and it's going to give me an amount, ask me for an amount that I want to send. In this case, I want to send 0.001, and then I'm going to click on next. The next screen that comes up is a review screen here where it asks you to say, okay, this is the gas. In this case, it's an estimate. This is the total of the transaction. Remember, it's just going to be the total that I want to send plus the gas amount. And if I agree to this, if I think it's correct, I can simply click on confirm. It will go through, and you'll see that the transaction is pending. I can also speed it up if I want to. I don't really need to, though. I'll just wait to make sure that it goes through. And it's still pending. Things are running a little bit slow today. In the meantime, I'll switch over to my other account just to see if it's already made it over there. It hasn't. I'll switch back. You can see that it's still pending. And I might click on, and there it goes. I didn't even have to click on speed up. And so you can see that this balance has automatically been reduced to 0.999 ETH. And if I switch over, this account balance is now at 0.001 ETH. That's it. That's a quick way to show how we are sending accounts through. One thing that I will point out is if we want to, we can actually click here and we can actually take a look at this transaction over on the Block Explorer. And so if we wanted to click on that, we can get a good view. This is on sepolia.etherscan.io, and we can get all of the information. You can see that this is from one address to another address. The value of this transaction is 0.001 ETH. The transaction fee for this was 3.15 GWei. We'll talk about that. And so we've got kind of the gas price that's listed there as well. So it gives you a lot of detail, but really kind of teaches what happens when you send Ether from one account to another. Thanks.